Hey, it's Dan, and welcome to Unified Gaming. So for today guys, we are going to be doing the Vengeance test once more. If you don't know what that means, the Elder Scrolls Online, so ZeniMax, they are focusing on trying to fix the performance in Cyrodiil, remove lag, and they've changed loads of things in Cyrodiil, which I'll touch upon in a moment. But we're going to go through and focus mainly on the Arcanist. As always, if you like my videos, then likes and comments are greatly appreciated, and if you haven't done so, do subscribe to stay up to date with the channel and to also be able to chat in the stream. Finally, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of the YouTube members and the Patreon members who get exclusive access, early content and much more. If you want to see all that good stuff, there's details down below. So really quickly before we jump straight into Cyrodiil, we are on the Arcanist. As the stream, I will change classes depending on obviously what people want, but we'll wait for the queue to come down. It's about half an hour at the moment. With the changes themselves, what they're doing is giving you a base set of stats, as you can see here. This is the same regardless of character, class, sets, skills. It is exactly the same regardless. Your attributes are disabled, your mind assist is disabled, and on top of this, you'll also notice that there's no battle spirit, which means all of the tooltips you see is exactly what you get. So for example, this is a 14,000 heal. If we use this, we get 14,000 healing. This does mean that it's a bit easy to understand, and you've probably noticed that the skills have also been limited too. As for the build itself of what we're using for this one, we are on an Arcanist. Weapon wise, I'd recommend using range weapons, so Inferno, and then something like a lightning staff or restoration staff. That just makes heavy attacks give us resources back. And then the skills we're using on the Arcanist is Rune Blades, spammable, Fate Carver Beam, this is a burst skill with the changes, Imperfect Ring, which is a damage over time. We have the Eldritch Korra, which is a delayed stun. We then have Apothetical Gate, which is a teleport. We have the Unblinking Eye, which is just a big tentacle monster that beams people to death. It's really, really good. We have our armor buff. We have a burst still, so you can choose Rune Mend, or you could go for the shield, which is decent, which is Rune Smite Ward. Both are good options in all honesty. The advantage of the shield is it's always on you. The advantage of the Rune Mend is it's slightly more healing. It can crit, but it can hit other people. So pros and cons there. We then have Cascade, Remedy Cascade, which is a heal over time, but you have to channel it. We then have Bearer's Inspiration, which gives us just minor force and gives us crit chance based if we have it slotted. And we have Arcanist Domain, which gives us all of our regens. And we use the Vitalizing Glyphic, which gives us a heal over time ult. So that's the build. And then potion wise, in this campaign you get tripods for free. So yeah. We're now going to go in and actually do some PvP. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what source has changed and what we're doing on the build. And if you get any questions, then obviously let me know in the comments below or in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer. And if you are watching this in the future, I do have a Discord which will pop up from time to time. You can obviously join there and chat, ask questions, all that good stuff. So we're going to make our move now towards Chalman. And with the Arcanist, it is kind of one of the stronger specs currently in my opinion for this mode. It's got good damage, it's got good mobility, it's got healing. It has a really good set of skills. The one thing I will just say though is that it does lack a little bit of speed with sprint because you don't have major expedition, but very few classes have that. I will put a poll up in a moment, but I'm curious if anybody is on PCEU or PCNA, what's your thoughts having played it? And if you're a console player, are you excited for these changes, or do you think they're a bit, sort of doomed to fail? Obviously it's a test, but even so, I'm just curious what people think. So it looks like Chalman is flipped. So we've got a red on the floor over there. Fall damage is brutal in this campaign, so just be careful. Oh, no, it says it's under attack still. I see some reds. So there's 4 reds, which is not a good sign. I've put a damage over time on him. Just buffing up. He's dead. We're going to go for this Stalk at the back. I'm going to go for stun 2. Okay, so we did a lot of damage into him there with the tentacle monster. We're going to gap close. Do a spammable. He's going to die. He's dead. Brent says, what are the changes? They've redesigned like almost every skill, pretty much. Sets don't work. There's limited skill choices. Glyphs don't work. Food buffs don't work. Mundus doesn't work. Battle Spirit is gone. Loads have changed. But what you will see in the stream is that the performance is significantly better. So, yeah, there's a lot to kind of go in. Whilst they do that there, I'll show you the stat page on my character in a second. And I'm going to put a quick poll up to see what people think. So the big thing is really performance. So I've put a poll up based on what you'll see, and this is mainly for the performance. Like, are skills working? Is it lagging? Essentially, that's what we're looking for. That's what they're trying to test. My thoughts, having played it, I played it for about 6-7 hours yesterday, is it felt significantly better. The changes for people just joined. Every character has a flat set of stats, as you can see here. There is no Battle Spirit, so although that 70,000 health looks insanely high, when most people run, say, 35,000 health, in 35,000 health, Battle Spirit halves damage anyway. So essentially they have like effectively 70,000 health. So what they've done here is, instead of having Battle Spirit, it's gone. There's no Battle Spirit. They've just given you 70,000 health instead, which means the damage you see on your tooltips is actually what you do to a player, which makes so much more sense. Like, it's so much simpler to understand. So that's one of the big changes there. As with the skills, they have created all the skills, so you can only use class skills and they are modified. If you do want to see the build itself, there's a video on the channel already, which goes through like the best build for Sorcerer, for Arcanist, for DK, etc. So you can see kind of what to rock. But hopefully that gives you kind of an idea, Brent. And look how many people there are. Like, this isn't be a massive fight. You can already sense it coming. Oh, he's got it. Ah, he got in. He went in. Okay, we're going to go around to the front door. And we'll kindly knock and then see if they're going to let us in. Oh, we've got some people coming. The Arcanist has a teleport as well. They've changed a few of the skills, which is quite nice, actually. Pew! So it's basically like their streak. It's really, really good. Alright, we're going to help. You go for the stun here. Oh, he rolled that. Go for my beam. There's my beam. 18,000 a tick. It's absolutely disgusting. Let's just get some healing going quickly. There we go. So we had 21,000 heal there, which is quick. Look, it is really, really nice when you see those big numbers. Very, very satisfying. Gonna go for the stun. Beam, beam, beam. 19,000 crit on the beam. That's insane. Like, honestly, Arcanist feels so good. Like, so, so good. I'll show you some of the skills in a second, because they have changed Arcanist quite a lot. And yeah, look how many players there are. Like, I push my teleport, boop, and it works. It's like insane. Yeah, I think we're safe here for the moment. So for the Arcanist skills, your rune ult for the healing side is just a big rune on the floor that is 9,000 health every second, and that's an actual 9k. So that lasts 6 seconds, so it is like 54,000 healing, which is really good for a group play. It also gives some crit, major force, and loads of bonus damage. Rune Mend, 14k heal. Rune Cascade, this is a 44,000 heal over 4 seconds. it also heals allies, so you can heal 3 people and you. So this is just like really cheap to use, really good heal over time, but you have to channel it, which obviously means you can't be interrupted. We then have Chakram Shields, which is a shield we can throw on us and allies. So like this is also quite a good one. So when we use this, it will bounce and hit people. If there's like, if we look at ourselves or away from people, we get a shield, and it will seek somebody else. Like look, it went and found him. So let's see, look, there it goes. It's gone and found that person over there. So that, you know, that's quite a cool skill. Like for group play, this is a really good skill, and you can spam it. We then have Arcanist Domain, which gives us the minor regen buffs and minor berserk, so it's just a really good skill, and it's also a group skill. And we have Apocryphal Gate, which is our teleport. This is really, really good. Like, I really like this one. We've got some reds coming in, so I'm going to quickly just focus and help and get rid of these quickly. So there's 2 of them over there. Go for a cheeky beam. 11,000. Another 8k there. And he's dead. Alright, we're going to teleport back. So you can see like the skills are quite different just on that first skill line. Mainly the teleport is... Oh! Red. No, 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 no. Knock him off his horse. Yeah. Beam. Ah, I got him. 16k beam. Stupid. Oh, love it. Sorry, I was like dead set on killing him. We then have the Soldier of Apocrypha line. This is like your damage line. Sorry, your tanking line. You have Gibberin Shield. It's a 70,000 shield. And after... the duration, it does the 12,000 damage to people around you, and that's a flat 12k. Oh, I was busy. Hey, Virax, you right, mate? Oh. Ah, you can see damage is so much higher. There's so many reds there. Do we have a camp? Yes, we do. Let's use that one there. I'll show you some of the other skills. And just bear in mind with that poll, it's about performance. It's not about, like, is the gameplay better? So the other skill line we have on the Soldier of Apocrypha, which is the tanking one. Runic Jolt, which is just does damage, debuffs them. Rune Ward, massive shield, and it heals you if you have Crux. Armor debuff, so this gives you armor, and then if you, oh my, look at me, I'm gonna die. I am so gonna die. Sorry, mate. I'm gonna bring some friends over here. Yeah, he's legging it. I don't blame him. There are so many. Look, go on, get my horse. Ah, oh, there we go, look. Oh, sorry. I'm going to see if I can pull 1 or 2 over. But when there's like 5 or 6... Okay. We're just going to try and get some healing going. Oh, almost got him. So close to getting him. So close to getting him. As his mate kept chucking in some damage on me, you'll see, like that 10k, if that Necro wasn't there, probably would have got him, just ran out of stam. That was so close. They caught me on like the jump because I was showing some of the skills. Really close though. So yeah, combat's really fluid, as in how it feels. It moves quick, it rotates, you can do stuff. there's obviously a balance to fix with this mode, but yeah. Continue with the skills quickly, because I know people are curious on this. The armor buff gives you armor, and if you use it near people, 7-meter radius, it gives them minor breach. So you actually have to be next to them to like debuff them, rather than it just does it automatically. Runic defense, which is minor resolve. This is quite good. You always get minor protection. So if you can, as a spare skill, you could like chuck this, and it's a good damage boost, defense boost. Sorry. So with these two, you have lots of armor compared to other people. For the damage ones, you then have Rune Blades, which is your spammable. Fate Carver, this is amazing. They've really buffed this. So it does almost 9,000 damage, and it ticks every 1 second. So when you cast it, it does the damage as soon as you cast it. So you're guaranteed to get at least one like 9k hit, which is really, really good. If you use it with 3 Crux, so you get about like an extra 9k, which means it does 18,000 damage. So as soon as you use this with 3 Crux, you're guaranteed 18k damage, which is a burst skill. And then if you can keep them in the same spot for an extra second or two with the stun, you can get 20-30,000 damage out of this really easily. So this is a very, very good skill now. And this is how it should be going forward, like on just PvP for other modes. Impact is just Tentacle with Immobilize. Bearer's Inspiration gives you minor fall, so you do more damage, and it gives you just crit chance. And then Imperfect Ring is the damage over time. But that's kind of the class itself. The ultimate is just a big tentacle monster. It can't be dodged. So it's a very good class. The changes is amazing. Oh, that's going down quick. That is. That is on 50. Went down to 40. That is going to be open very fast. So let's see how many people are here. I'm going to say there's a lot. Based on... Yeah, that's a lot of people. Beam, 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 beam. You can't beam down still. It's really sad. You do get access to all of the siege for free, which is really nice. So I am going to actually be smart this time. Having played this mode, damage is significantly higher. Like significantly higher when you're outnumbered. In a sort of 2v1, it's really hard. You can win 3v1, possible, but very, very hard. And anything more than that is like almost impossible. Can I put him over here? We're just going to pull that temple around. Going for my tentacle monster. Go for stun. I got the Templar, and then the Nightblade got me. He got me with Grim Focus, and then the... Oh, come on, get a res, get a res. We're going to see if we can get the res. Like, there's so many people. I'm over here. What are they doing? They're running away. I can't use the camp. The camp's gone. Like, I know I'm a pile of ash, but seriously, look at that. Alright, we're going to have to ride over, I think, guys. So you can see, like, 2v1, it's freaking hard. Like, it's, that Nightblade did, 25,000 damage to me. So when you got 70,000 health, that is a good... Oh, yes, we're getting a res. Just gonna quickly get in. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my goodness, you see how many reds there are? I'm just gonna try and just get some. One for the cheeky son. Gonna go for a beam. Ah, got him. Drake says, how's the matches going? Leveling a Templar currently. If you're on PC and you want to do this mode, it's a flat template, so you could literally just jump in, even as like level 1. So yeah, consider that if you are on PC. if you're gonna like leveling up anyway, Black Rose Prison might help. As for like Cyrodiil, is no, you do not. You do not get him up. There's no range interrupt at the moment. Beam. Ah, he died. He died before I got a beam on him. Alright. Let's see. Oh, it's just flipped. Alright, we're gonna heal ourselves. Get some nice heals out. We're back to full health now. There is a massive red group. Yeah, so they're both dead. There's oil floating above. I'm gonna go for a cheeky beam. 13k. Oh, the damage is like when things hit you. Oh my! Look at all the reds come through. I'm just gonna quickly do some repositioning because there are so many reds down there. Look how many reds there are. Freaking hell! Look how many there are. No, they got me. Look how many reds. Oh my goodness. So, to the question of the stream, obviously, is it like better performance-wise? Yes, like I was able to roll and use my skills straight away with no lag. And look how many reds there are. Literally, there's so many reds chasing me, and we've just had a massive keep fight. Oh. Right. He's pretty good. Robert's like, I thought Beam was hitting like a wet noodle. No, Beam hits really hard. Let me get into Sneak. I've got combat metrics on. I'm mounting. Oh, is it going to work in PvP? Add on settings. No, it should be working. No, they're going to fight me. They're going to fight me. Get my horse. Go on, little whelk. Go on there. Go on. No. Bugger. Might sustain. Oh, got so close. They caught me on the. When you get caught off, it's like bad. Me personally, I want more stam sustain. I'll see if I can find one where I've got the beam on there. The room blades are doing 9k crits, which is a fake card for 13,000. It was. And that was with 2 crocs. So literally I cast it. And yeah, it hits people for like 13,000. There you go. I have one of these. There you go. 21k. There you go. You have another 15k heal. It's like insane. It's mad because what's really interesting is that all your regens are the flat, are like the same. But because you don't have the same movement speed as you would normally, can I pull somebody over here? See, the door worked. It came straight in. I'm gonna pop in here. No, we're gonna go back outside. There's like nowhere to go. There's so many of them. Freaking chains. You can see how many people. So many reds. Like so many reds. So fighting outnumbered is incredibly hard. So I'd say like with how the balance is at the moment in time, it's much more. You're better doing like small scale like duos if you're going to try and like do outnumbered fights. Like over 3 people, it's really hard to kill 3 people. Possible, but just very, very hard. We're going to go to Bleakers. But yeah, looking at the obviously question, what do you think of like the performance? Does it seem better or worse? There's a poll up. Curious to see what you guys think. And then yeah, we're going to go to Bleakers. They're going to go to the farm. Robert says with flat stats, 1vx will be hard. Bye bye. But look. There's no way I'm a good player, and I cannot kill that many people. I hate it when someone else gets a heal. It's really annoying. You got him so low. Just so many people chasing me. You will see like the fights are like significantly bigger than before. I'm going to put out some siege. Let's go for blister. I'm actually going to put out some siege. I don't normally use siege. Oh, you can only have one of your own. Alright, we're going to wait for that door to open. Yeah, so we've got a good line on it. Robert says you need a bomb to save the day. Gonna go for a cheeky beam on him. We'll get up here. They're gonna get me with the beam. I'm gonna die from the beam. Yeah. I ran out of stam, but that's what the beam did. 46,000 damage. So if you can get somebody in the beam, the damage is insane. Oh, it almost worked. It almost worked. Yeah, I'll have one of these. Let's go. Beam. Well, that's 2 of those dead. Gonna go for stun on him. Gonna go for a beam. Ah, I got him. Oh, that was good. That was good. We killed those 2, and then we killed him. He helped a bit on the 3rd one. But yeah, oh, that was really good. I'm like, ah, oh, I love it when you kill people. I need to let my magicka needs to recharge. No. There are too many people there. Yeah, let me rebuff up. They're going to follow me? There is a lot coming over. Yeah, I'm going to try and get on my horse. I'm not sprinting to let that guy try and catch me up. So I've got 2. Can I burn this quickly? Because it could, because there's so many of them. I better knock him off the horse. Ah, that's unfortunate. Robert's around, what's it, 47k in 3 ticks. Yeah, it's insane. His beams are really, really good. Does Streak have more range than Portal? I think Streak's 15 meters and this is 15. The difference is Streak stuns on the end of it, whereas this doesn't, but it gives you a crux. One of the good things about Arcanist as well for like this mode is it actually has damage. The guards, I hate when they stun you. I literally spent all that time getting my crux up. So yeah, guards are like no joke now. Beam, 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 beam. Ah, they got me with the chain. I hate chains. Chains are so good in this mode. They kind of spawn. There's a camp. Chris says, I haven't played in a while. What are these changes I hear about? Do we still have gear bonuses? And there's just lots of changes. Basically, they've standardized all stats. So every character has a flat set of stats. Gear bonuses for the moment don't work. So it doesn't matter what sets you use, what weights have 0 impact. Your stat page is exactly the same regardless of class. The only way to like modify your stat page is buffs, which the skills do have buffs on. So like for example, I can use this skill here, and now I've got more regen than other classes. The one thing to note though, Chris, and other people generally, is the changes they've made is not focusing on gameplay, it's on performance. So basically, does the game work or is it still lagging? And as you've seen, we've had some really big fights and my skills work. So the performance wise, it seems really positive. Balance wise and PvP and stuff, it's obviously, it is where it is. But this is like their first iteration. Oh, it's just so quick on his horse. Go for a cheeky stun and go for a beam. Beam, 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 beam. There, I got him with the beam. That's like 40k damage. Oh, that was good. Yeah, let me see if I can show my combat metrics. Yeah, 40,000 damage. But 1 crit. So much damage. Yeah, yeah, have this, mate, and then have one of these, and then have a beam. He's running to his group he has for healing. It's raining ink. Oh yeah, honestly. It looks like you're in Apocrypha. It does. 16k. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get inside. Thank you, door's working. Like, the door, that does not normally work. The amount of times you run and do that, and then you're sitting there. Gonna go for a stun on him. Beam him to death. He died. He died. The Arcanist is like quite bursty, surprisingly. Really, really good. What do you guys think, though, of the like just how it feels or looks combat-wise? I know it's obviously very different combat compared to typical Cyrodiil, but is this something you can get behind? We're going to pop down to the lumber and see, are there any reds? Looks like a no. I'm going to flip it anyway while I'm here. I'm going to get sunned by the guard, so I'm waiting for that stun. There we go. You can see guards are really, really OP on this. Like literally trying to take a resource by yourself. I know it looks like thing. It's actually quite hard. Because you're a better one. When you use this beam, you don't have that shield anymore. So normally you get a massive shield. So yeah, I know you're probably going like, oh, it's easy taking a resource, but it's if you are honest, like try it with these changes. It's not as easy as it looks. And if you're on a class that doesn't have AoE damage, it's even harder. Looks like there's a fight at the front here, so we'll go up there in a second. I was like healer with him. Healers are really annoying. I tried to go for the roll and get the heal. It's getting so close. 23,000 full damage from that height. Oh my goodness. I don't feel like this is going to be safe either, is it? Like, so many people. Yeah, he came from there, which means there's probably... How many are out here? Oh, no, no. Oh, that's that warden dead. One for stand there. Oh, that was a great teleport. That was a great teleport. That was actually quite helpful that he did that. Ah, no. Oh, got the one. And then I got hit with just so many of them. Right, we'll go down here. So, yeah, trying to like 1vx, as you've probably seen, is really hard. Like, I'm just going to say it. Like, really hard. I can kill people 1v1, fine. 1v2, I can do, like, with a pretty good success rate, but anything beyond that is really hard. I do like the changes to Arcanist, though. So many yellows. Like, if I pop up there, I'm going to die. Let's get our blister. And chuck it up here this time. They go in there, so I'm going to try and time it with theirs. I've got a nightblade over there. Oh. That has quite a long cast time, that ult, a lot longer than I thought. I thought it was instant. It was meant to be instant, it's just got a long animation. Follows to 70k HP. What's going on? When I left, 20k was max on no tank characters. Yeah, it's changed a fair bit. I'm not gonna lie. So in this test, what they've done, and I'm just gonna touch on it for everybody else actually, is they're basically limited all of these sets and many of the skills, glyphs, lots of the options you have with builds, in all honesty, to just a very core set of stuff. And every character, every class gets that. So this stat page here is unbuffed, and this is what every character has regardless of class. You've got 30k Magicka, 30k Stam, 70,000 health. You'll probably go in 70,000 health, like Zos, what on earth are you thinking? There's no Battle Spirit, so you do need to really factor that in. Battle Spirit normally cuts damage by half. So essentially, most people run 30,000 health in PvP nowadays anyway, even 35. So by having half of them being removed, you've essentially got 60, 70,000 health, which is what you get given. So the amount of health you have currently is similar to what you have on live. The only difference is that you have slightly less damage, because you can normally get 6,000, 7,000 weapon or spell damage, and you can get more Magicka than this. And your resources are lower. So your actual health is quite similar to what you normally get. It's just your damage is a bit lower than typical, and your sustains don't go up. So I can use potions, but you'll see the potion does not give me any regens. It's only just flat resources. There's no like major endurance, major intellect. So what you find when you do this is your sustain is really hard. Like 2.5k mag sustain seems pretty high, but you've got no CP reduction. You've got nothing reducing your sprint cost. You've got nothing reducing your skills. You don't have anything giving you bonus sustain when you have debuffs on you, like status effects. And so all of these things combined means sustain's really, really hard, as you've probably seen. Like, you can run out of resources really quick. For the skills themselves, because Battle Spirit is gone, the damage you see on a tooltip is the damage you get. So this is almost 10,000 damage. When someone has 70,000 health, it's 7 of these and they're dead. It's not that many. This is 8k with 9,000 on top. So when you have all the crux on, it's about 18,000 damage a second. You know, so within 3 seconds, you're going to kill most people. So the point is that although the health seems really high, actually, in an actual fight, if you're like going really offensive, you can kill somebody in about 5 seconds, which isn't terrible. The only issue is there's no big burst like you have on live currently. Like most classes would use Dawnbreaker, for example, and like Deep Fissure or Blast Bones, and you'd land three things at once. So that 30,000-40,000 burst would be instantaneous, but you can't do that. But the reason they've done all of these changes is to try and fix the lag, and from what we've seen so far tonight, on the whole, my skills are working. I'm on an Arcanist, I'm using Beam, and like Beam is garbage normally. Here you can see, okay. Here, where's my Beam? Yeah, I hit somebody there, 12k. There, 16,000. It did 52,000 damage to that group. 69,000 to that group. That did 16,000 with just one hit. That did 70,000 with 5 hits. This was against one player. So against one player, my beam killed them. It was like really, really... There it is. You can just see 16k there, 16k there. I think this one here was against one player here. This was 40,000 with beam by itself. Like, beam is really good now. They've also tweaked some of the skills too. So like the gates that you have, this normally puts a gate on the floor and then you have to use it, like walk into it to use it, whereas now you can just touch it and it just works, like Streak. The one thing with the changes though is it balances it out. So when you're fighting 1v1, yes, there's some class imbalance, yes, there's a few class differences, but in all honesty, it comes down to who's the better player. If you're on the same class, because the skills are limited to just these ones here, if you die, you die. It's because you've played badly. And I fought some people that I were like, oh, they're a really good player, but without the proc sets that they normally use, or the really OP meta sets like Rallying Cry, Wretched Vitality, for example, they die really quick. So it really like makes it much more balanced as a... If you're a better player, you're probably going to win the fight. Like, he's going to die. There's 5 people there. He's dead. Yeah, I'm not going to... If I go down there, I am going to die. There's 7 people there now. There was a camp up here. Yeah, I can probably kite them here. King Louis says, good to see you. It's been a while. Yeah, it has been a while, to say the least. Got my buffs. He's got to be out of stam, surely. I tried to streak away from the leap. As soon as he's got his friends in there, you can see his friends just coming in and saving him. But it shows you like how much damage you can take. Little Adventure says, I did not think I'd enjoy it, but I jumped in last night and actually had a lot of fun. I am a warden, felt pretty tanky, but the cliff racer skill was still hitting hard. Oh yeah, cliff race, I love like, pigeon spam's great. It hits really hard. And the changes to the bear is really good. I don't know if people have seen it. I have a video on the channel with like every class. But the bear, when you use it, what happens is it acts like Celine's. So rather than it just running around forever and doing nothing other than just being pointless, you use the ultimate when you look at a player, and then the bear pops out of the ground and hits them. So what this means is it's much more easier to use as an execute. Like, it's not amazing as an execute, but it's much more viable. So, you know, they've made some really good changes in that regard. Like, it feels... Go for cheeky sign. Yeah, you can have a beam. Oh, hello, Red. Oh no, that's him. He's floating in the air. They've also fixed the in-combat bug, pretty much. Oh, the stun. I was trying to get the stun on him on this side of the door. That's unfortunate. He went and gone on the wall to shoot siege at me. Tap. This is where it's time to run. Can I pull some of them over? Jet says, I love the Arcanist. I hope they change that once the test is over. The changes on the Arcanist, yeah, I actually want them to do it like permanently. They're really good. But I didn't think I'd say it, but with how this feels... So that's where it's still a little bit clunky, the beam. Just so many reds coming from there. You can see that once your sustain goes, like, look, I can't. I'm literally waiting for my mag to go up. There's nothing I can do. So, you know, in well, that's that Sulk dead. Try and get some resources back. Sim dead too. Ah, look at that burst there, that burst. Oh, I think I did it right there. Killed quite a few people. That was good. Yeah, I think from having done that there, it definitely feels like once you get a bit lower, you just need to heavy attack a little bit more than I've been doing. And then like you've got a better chance of staying alive because you can heavy attack kill, heavy attack kill. Let's see if we try and pull some of them out. I'm gonna put a camp down, actually. What do you think of that fight? Too close to an enemy keep, of course it is. This camp's really like picky, innit? Not flat enough. Right. This will be flat enough, surely. There we go. We've got a camp up in case things go south. You might see my ping has gone to 871, but I've not noticed issue like performance-wise. Let me get my ballista out. We're going to slot the other one as well and see if I can try and use both. It's because I damaged the wall. There you go. Okay, so I can have two up. That's quite cool to note. They changed a few of the rules, so I wasn't sure if you can have both on. Let me put mine next to theirs then. I miss like being able to put down like 4 or 5 siege engines. No, you don't. Have a beam. Beam, 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 beam. There you go. Jared says, do you think they should increase the siege limit in Cyrodiil with all these players in one campaign? It will be epic. I've seen loads of siege. Like obviously, I can only use one myself at the moment, like one of each. So in some ways, I can kind of see why they would have that the case, because they're trying to encourage group play. Someone repairing that. That is now counting it. Like, would I do this again? The answer is no. He's dead. Feels like there must be some other people on the other side. Yeah, have a beam. Tap, 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 tap. There you go. 37,000 there. 2 ticks. It's like disgusting, that is. Absolutely disgusting. Boom. My YouTube says, my stream says YouTube's a bit funny. If there's an issue with it, can you let me know in the chat? My end says, but like, the video looks fine my end, but I can't work out whether that's just YouTube being weird. We're gonna look at how many people there are in here. Look how much siege. That's gonna go down quick. Okay, cheers, Jar. Hey, look how many people there are. Got the healing, thank you. What's that door on? I really wish they had a health bar above the door, like without having to see it. It's like a visual cue or something, because it's really annoying when I cannot see the door because there's so many people in the way. Keep door 23,000. Is there anybody upstairs? This is where that healing went to the other people, not me. It's really annoying. That change is really, really annoying. Ah, dead. Yeah, there's a change that they made with the healing that it targets whoever's in front of you, even if they are full health and you have lower health. It's quite tedious, actually. I'm gonna push up. Was it yellow? Nightblade's still annoying. I'm waiting for the guy to pop that down. Because he's got that speed difference. That makes a big difference. So you can still see Nightblade is still Nightblade. Oh, full damage. I suppose full damage didn't kill me. There, we got him. We got him. He did well though to kill the guy. Decent Nightblade. Decent Nightblade. But you can see that's the difference between like skill level. Like he was kiting those people really well, and you know, in a 1v1, obviously he hit me really hard and got me to like 20k health. But a lots of players would then die. I was able to obviously roll and escape. But it shows you if you are good at the game still, you can still kill people really well, and you can Nightblade can 1vx a bit easier if it's got like line of sight because of the speed and the cloak. They got two of them. I didn't expect the other one to came. Yeah, when they. Where are we? We're here. Let me. Jar said he tested Nightblade a bit yesterday, and they think they should adopt the cloak change. I don't like the cloak change. I prefer the old cloak personally. I think the old cloak was easier to use. It had more of a skill gap. Oh, got him. Hey, Tate! Welcome back, mate. It's 5:10 there, and I'm still at work. Oh, that sounds savage. That does. Absolutely savage. Whenever I see the Nightblade, I'm like, I want to go back on Nightblade. Like, I always do this. You know, I don't know if anybody else gets class jealousy. Like, you're playing a class, and then you come across like a few Nightblades, and you're like, oh, I could go on a Nightblade right now. Mess around with Cloak and Invis and just, oh. Or you get, like, you see a sorcery, and you're like, oh, they're so tanky, they can streak, and they got huge burst. Oh. So, yeah, I don't know if anybody else gets like that sometimes when you PvP. But that class envy, be like, oh, I wish I had the streak, I wish I had the cloak, I wish I had. Maybe it's just me. But those Nightblades back there were pretty good. And you can see like two Nightblades working together are brutal combos. Just because they can hit you so hard, both of them. But I think the performance seems a lot better. Looking at the choices, there's obviously, it's like 66 saying it's better, 25 say it's the same, and 9 says that it's worse. But I think it's always a bit hard to like gauge when you're watching somebody else. But like when I'm playing it, it feels more responsive, especially in those big fights. Oh, sugar. Look, full damage. Look at busted full damages. Oh, the heals keep going to other people. I don't know if you saw that. I literally pushed it 3 times and it went to other people. It's really annoying. Whilst they mess around with him, I'll see if I can get a cheeky res. There we go. I went to go for the kill. I got greedy. I just used a camp. Or not. Because they've got the roll dodge, they can really avoid so much damage. Like the Nightblade has a lot of sustain. He did well though with between the cloak and the roll dodge. You've got all the blues coming out. We're going to go towards, I want to say Fargo. Is it Fargo or Ash? Yeah, we're going to go down to Ash, we are. Looking at the poll, I think it's pretty clear that generally people thinks it's better. The question I'm going to ask now is, what do you want to see next? So the options are going to be Nightblade, Sulk, or Warden. And that is assuming the queue isn't too bad. So if anybody is on PCEU and they know what the queue is, that would be really helpful if they could check. And then that will give us an idea of, do we change class or not. Whilst we're going to go to Ash, I'm just going to open the door quick. One sec. I'm back. Yeah, if you want to see a different class, then obviously put a message in the chat and I'll do my best to reply or take part in the poll. So this has been under attack for quite some time. Look at this Nightblade, and we're going sneak, but just watch how slow it is for him to kill stuff. Like, he's probably going to die here. Yeah, he's going to die. I was being hit by somebody else. There's a player behind me. We'll get a res in a second. Sulk's very good. At the moment, it's just Nightblade that people are interested in. I was busy. Yeah, you're right. You're right, so. I'm not using DK. Just if people are gonna ask, it's terrible. Like DK in this mode is awful. really, really bad. Templar's just as bad as well. We're going to push up, we are. Alright, this has been under attack for quite some time, so I wonder how many people are here. Well, I'd say it looks like a fair bit. I'm waiting for that bow. He did well though, he did. It's good. I nearly killed one DK and went to put on my own Templar, but in the end I died because of Magicka. Yeah, that happens. Are you on DC, Sam? That Nightblade's good. He's a good Nightblade. He's going to kill that DK, 100%. I'm watching the fight. I'm watching the fight. Nobody has any, like, etiquette. Look at that. I was watching the fight and they just, like, zerged me down. Oh, he's dead now. He's so dead. Oh, it says a siege there. So the queue's looking about 4 or 5 minutes to switch. Right, I think we might switch class in a second. If anybody else is on PCEU and wants to join, you're more than welcome to. You know, I'm happy to obviously run in a duo. Yeah, it's good to be in Cyrodiil again. I like this Cyrodiil because it works. Also, not to sound harsh, but I don't enjoy the proc sets. And when you play like CP Cyrodiil, typically on your death sheet there's normally 2 to 3 procs at least, and it's always things like Masterlock, Way of the Fire, or just some other kind of like sheer venom, or just something that's just on there that's just doing loads of free damage, and that always like annoys me. Tarnish is a big one, for example, because you're like, actually they don't, it just doesn't seem that like fair that someone can like use 2 or 3 pro yellows. Oh, it's only 2. If it's 2, I could probably take these. Yeah, we're gonna take these. Put my armor buffs on. So you can see a duo is much easier to work. Ah, I got him. That was a good negate. Are you on the train? Fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to look at the poll, and then I'd say in the next 5 minutes or so we'll switch character. Unless there's obviously like a clear, I want to stay on the Arcanist. I definitely feel like, having done this for 2 nights now, you're better running in a duo. Like if you're wanting to like 1vx, I think the new 1vx is going to be like 2vx, because with how this is at the moment, it's incredibly hard to fight outnumbered. If you fight anybody good and 1 bad player, you're going to have a tough time. If you fight 2 people that are good, you are probably going to die. And if you've got like 3 or 4 bad people, you're probably going to die anyway. Is my light take, having done this, as I said, probably about 8 hours now. Alright, we're almost over at Ash. Went to try and teleport away. See, that's where they're in a pair. It's going to be a grim focus. Oh, look at that. I'm just outside the camp. A duo is a really good thing to do. Sulk's so good. I can see Panda dying because they're going to focus one person. They are. So if you look, they're both going for the same target, which tells you they're coordinated. That DK might save him. I just want to see if they actually, if the 2 of them take the 3 out. Well, that negate was a very good negate. Or I don't know if they're going to do it. If they can push back here, they could probably. They need to have more open space because they're using lots of terrain to avoid damage. Yeah, I'm just watching from a distance just to see if they're going to kill him. I think they're going to get the Nightblade. Because they're now heavy attacking and they can't avoid the damage. Oh, he's close. No, the Nightblade got him. Yeah, Shanka defeated Panda 1. They're going to kill the other 2. 100%. We're going to switch, we are. Nightblade's like always popular, it is. always popular. But the poll is on Nightblade at the most. So yeah, we did a good amount of gameplay, and you can really see the Arcanist is in a pretty good space for this. So we're going to go on to the Nightblade. There will be obviously some waiting because of the queues. Alright, we're just loading into Imperial City. 2 minutes, that's not too bad, it says. 14. Oh, we'll just wait here. I'm not going to like jeopardize moving any further than where we are here. Let's just bank our Telva. Wrong way. Yeah, Serum says he could not kill an OK DK and a bad Templar on his own. You were on a Templar, weren't you? What are you saying? Yeah, look at that. 4. We're almost like in. Yeah, I think the it's really hard being solo. Really hard being solo. Sorry, I keep catching my stitches, and it's really annoying. So if I do get distracted, apologies. I had knee surgery 2 weeks ago, and they keep getting in the way. Yeah, I think yeah, like 1vx is just really really hard with these changes. If you have joined though, I'll kind of just give you a lowdown of what the Vengeance campaign is. The Vengeance campaign is a test in Cyrodiil where Zoz are trying to find out how to solve the issue with lag, essentially. So they have stripped back all of the sets. They've stripped back all the kind of variables and all the small calculations and ticky things. As such, it is much more streamlined and limited. They have also given every character a base template, and that basically just means you have the same stats regardless of what class you are. The only way to boost those stats are buffs, and there are some group buffs that you can use between groups, and they're all limited to 3 players or more. 3 players or less, sorry. So yeah, that's kind of what they've done. 3 or 3. We're so close to getting in. I don't want to leave my queue. This is my sniper, by the way. It uses this banner skill. Cyrodiil, whoop whoop. That banner skill is really good. Like really, really OP on gank builds. Serum's saying 2vx on slow classes is very hard. Yeah. I think I've seen people have the most success using kind of like mobile classes, so Nightblade, Sorcerer, Arcanist, because they all have high mobility. For the changes, just so you can see, the stat pages look like this for all characters. You've got 70k health. There is no battle spirit, so what that means is that essentially everything does what the tooltips say. If the tooltip says 15,000 heal, it's a 15,000 heal. So although your health seems ridiculously high, it really isn't. Like after a couple hits, you are like really close to dying. So yeah, like just factor that in. We've got Chalman, so we can just teleport there. Where is the fight's going to go? Probably down to Ash. We'll go down to Ash again, we will. If people have a specific class they want to see, then put a message in the chat. You will have to be subscribed to the channel to do that, though. Right, so we're going to go down to Ash and see what is going on down there. There's a camp. The lumber's gone yellow. So, yeah. Sorry about that. Alright, so we're coming up towards Ash. We'll see if we run into anybody. Right, we're by the blue camp. Serum's asking, do I think the Vengeance campaign will stay like it is after the 1 week test? Me personally, I would like this to be an option. Because it's a really, it feels like a really good way to introduce people to PvP. Like a lot of the time in PvP, it's really, really unforgiving. He's dead. Yeah, I love it. I use Incap as the execute. So yeah, for me personally, I would like to see this stay. It's a really simplified version of Cyrodiil. You go in, it just works. You don't really have to change much to just get into the action. You've got consumables free to use, siege free to use, so you can just really focus on the gameplay of actually fighting. What do you think, Serene, if you're still there? Based on like what you've played, would you like this to stay or would you like it to go? I need to have ranged weapons on. Right, we've got that. I need to put a ranged weapon. I don't have a ranged weapon. It makes a big difference in this campaign. On my front bar. It's dead. I want a fire staff. There we go. Oh, my bars are the wrong way around. How weird is that? We got each other. You literally got each other. He got me, I got him. His action knock I didn't expect to come down. I thought he like hit the floor and stood there. I've not actually seen people use that. Sarah said he would like to like the option to have Vengeance and Grey Host campaign. Yeah, I think having both options would be nice. I don't know if I'm going to get a res here by somebody. Unlikely. It is a bit of a ride. How long was the camp cooldown? 3 minutes. I don't wait 3 minutes. Okay, the stalkers have come here. Oh no, what is he doing? He ran away. Oh. I'm hopeful. It's gone blue. It's gone blue. There we go. I can respawn it now. Just saves me a bit of a ride. That was a good sulk. Oh, the sulk was decent. I didn't debuff him with the armor buff that I was meant to put on him. The hardest part out of all of it is actually the sustain. Like you'll probably, if you've played this or anybody's played this, you'll find that the sustain is actually a lot harder than it looks because your damage and your... Oh, there's an Nightblade up there. There's an Arcanist. Dead. You'll find that these sustain's really hard because as soon as you start getting into that, having to heal spam to stay alive and roll, you don't have much wiggle room from that point onwards to try and stay alive. And then you end up just running out of resource. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it earlier, sorry, I had a 3v1, or 1v3, sorry, that way around, which was good, on a Arcanist. I was like, ooh. Oh, I got through the door still. Which class is the best sustain? Arcanist and Warden are really good for sustain. Arcanist has like really base sustain because they've got access to the minor region buffs. I think Warden has it as well, if I recall. Yeah, have a heal. Look, he's running around, not even healing himself. Oh, I didn't think Salt ever hit that hard. Sorry, that was... I'm going to use that, actually. He did good there. Good play on him. Let me... 15, 10,000... Yeah, that's way better. It's a lot more, but yeah, that's a lot better to use. I'm so used to... I've seen people use that. I'm still not convinced on Killer's Blade for an execute. I'll try it. Arcanist all in all the best. Why do you want to run Nightblade? People like Nightblade. Nightblade's got the best mobility, so for like solo 1vx, is one of the easier ones to play because it's fast and it's got cloak. So when you got the major expedition, you've got access to... Oh, the well's up. I wonder how much health this will give us. Oh no, no! Stop using it. Right, I used it. Oh, it's not a huge amount of health, is it? I think it's 5k. Yeah, with the Arcanist, it doesn't have as much mobility as the Nightblade. And in all honesty, you need the mobility. Like, you've got the portal, you can sprint, but the Nightblade has access to, in my opinion, just better speed skills because it's got major expedition. It can also snare them by 30%. So when you're fighting outnumbered, you can like snare somebody, so you can go look snare, which is nice, and you can also get a speed boost on top. He never played Nightblade. It's pretty good. What's really interesting is that because you don't have access to your like typical heal over time from Vigor, the survivability is a lot harder than typical Nightblade, just because normally you'd Vigor roll dodge, and because Vigor's quite cheap and it's a stamina heal, it means you can heal yourself a bit easier, whereas having to use this big 15k burst heal, that's expensive because it uses health, and it's just a little bit awkward to use. You played all the classes but never Nightblade. Right in, my bullseye. Go, 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 go. Got in there. But you want to play range. That's the smart heal thing is really, really bad. I don't like it. But you can see there, like, because I could speed. I could snare them and speed. It just really made it easy to get away to reset. I managed to roll through. Ah, I got him. Yeah, I think the explosion's quite nice. Take that, 19k crit. Ooh. That Nightblade v Nightblade fight was funny. Yeah, with Nightblade v Nightblade, it's about who can get the burst off first. He ran for the door. He ran for the door. Where's their camp? Yeah, the burst on Nightblade's pretty good. Pretty decent. Like, if you time the ult right, I do wonder whether running Drain Power might be nice. Like, it's a bit more than this. Sorry. Obviously, this is cheap, and if it's low, it's like a kill. Yeah, ranged Nightblade is not possible in this campaign. I've tried it. So, yeah, you're completely right on that. I would like Battlegrounds to be like this, but I would like them to try a Battlegrounds test like this. Just to see if, like, from a balance perspective, like how it feels. Let's go Alessia. I like fighting on the bridge, and we've not been on the bridge in ages. Oh, I took no full damage there. Just for people curious, if you have joined, we are on the Vengeance campaign for PCEU. Essentially, it's limited the skills, the sets, and just gives everybody like a blanket set of stats and skill choices to choose from. The hope is that it reduces lag, which so far it has been the case. It's been very lag free. And we're on a Nightblade going to Alessia. The Zergs are real, they are massive now. Like, you've not seen anything like it, in all honesty. If you have like come to look at the Arcanist, the first hour and a half roughly was the Arcanist, like just showing it in action, so it gives you a good idea of what it can do, its strengths. We're almost at Alessia. The one thing with this campaign, which I have noticed, is there's no tower humpers, as people call them. You know, when you get people that just sit in the towers. How many people are here? And, you know, they just run around in a circle. Like, you don't see much of that, because in all honesty, it's really, really hard. Dead. That was a nice execute. Oh, he's dead. We'll get out of the siege. Yeah, look at how many people there are here. Oh, he absolutely messed up there, didn't he? He literally went to jump and try and heavy attack with a bow and literally jumped off. Ah, I got him. 14k spec bow, I'll take that. Got oils, I made lots of oils. Freaking hell, they hurt. You can see my skills are working. What's that door on? Oh, that door has broken. There are so many yellows there. Look how many yellows there are. Oh, managed to get away. Ooh, my computer went funny there, didn't it? Saren says, don't you think the lack of sets and skills makes PvP a bit boring on the long run? There you got him. I play DK and can ult every 8 seconds. I think DK needs it though, in all honesty. Got some healing with him. His teammates helping him with that off healing saved his life. Dead. That was some good. That was a good little burst there. I waited for him to roll, so I knew he'd try and dodge it. Oh, it is nice that the skills work. My opinion is that this is a good base to build from. I think they need to have some choices. The execute. Yeah, so my opinion on the mode is there's a lot of promise, like potential in it. That said, it does need some tweaking. I'm going to call it there in a moment because it is late where I am. But essentially, I think this is a really good base. There's a lot going for it, in all honesty. The other thing as well to factor in is that this is mainly focusing on PvP performance rather than... I'm going to just go this person here quick. He's dead. Sorry, I was just kidding that person. Yeah, so my thoughts are that it's a really good base to build upon. Yes, there are issues with like class balance. Yes, it's very one-dimensional in that, in all honesty, if you look at the Nightblade, the only way to make it work is that you need to have melee skills because the range ones don't do enough damage. You then want to run Grim Focus, you want Cloak, you want your heal, you want your armor buff. So what ends up happening is you have a very generic build. There's like a best in stock build with this current setup. So there's not much options. Obviously, if you're going to go as like a healer and stuff, there's a few more choices there. Or like a hybrid between damage and healing. But beyond that, there isn't much else you can do at this stage. So my thoughts would be that they need to personally go through, allow you to use some armor sets, things like Hunting Rage, Julianus, that are like base PvP sets without any proc conditions. But what they let you essentially do is to double down onto a specific thing. So you can go, I'm going to really push my spell damage and my magic skills, or I'm going to really push my healing, or I'm going to really push my defense, or I'm going to have a bit of both. So I won't have the highest damage, but I would have a broader set of stats, kind of like what we have at the moment. So the idea is that if you really want to focus on damage, you just stack your damage and you get like 20% more damage than other players. So the differences shouldn't be as polarizing as they are currently. Because at the moment, you are reliant on proc sets, and then procs do the damage. And then if you don't run those, you have huge like damage disadvantages. Or same with defense or sustain. If you don't run Retro Vitality, you lose a lot of sustain. If you don't run Rallying Cry, you lose a lot of crit resist and damage. If you don't run Balorg, you lose a lot of burst. So what ends up happening is you have to run those sets. So there isn't any real build variety typically compared to like normal. Like versus this, then you still have like limited choices. The only difference is that this one I actually have to go and just change my skills, whereas normally I need to change my sets, but I get a very similar result. There are obviously some like more niche choices like snipers and gankers and bomb builds which are missing, which they need to add, but all in all they just need to tweak a few things. Sarium says, but it does not matter what armor or weapon type you run. For the moment in time, no. And you know, I'm going to give like Soz, you know, credit where credit's due. But they're not focusing on like class balance. They're not focusing on gameplay fun per se. So what this will give them is a set of these types of skills work well. So then all they need to do in theory is just add more of these types of skills. I heard somebody fight. Heard a failed strike. Oh, that looks like a big. Yeah, we are gonna just let that go. There are a lot of people here. Oh, they got me the beam. Almost had him as a beam 25,000, one tick. That's disgusting, that is. I was very low health. But yeah, my thoughts are that it's a base to build upon. They need to make it where, in all honesty, your sets make a difference. The weapon types make a difference. Your glyphs make a difference. As for actual like weapon passives and skill passives and stuff, like, why do you need passives? They're always on anyway, so there's no reason. Like, there's no reason for the server to calculate those things. You always have the passives on. So I think if they do that, like going forward, basically just go, you get a battle spirit buff that gives you a flat set of stats, and then you can add on armors and stuff to make it slightly higher. But the battle spirit doesn't reduce damage done. It doesn't reduce healing. And then all of the passives just get turned off because you should have them anyway. Like, you should have all your class passives, you should have your armor passives, you should have your weapon passives. The only things that really matter are the active skills, these things. I'm going to log out of here, I will, back into normal like mode. And just to kind of illustrate a bit clearer, and then I will kind of call it there because it is late. And I was up to like 4 AM yesterday making videos and stuff, so Yeah. Yeah, so what I was kind of trying to get at is that if you look at like your build options currently in the game, what you have is essentially choices of sets here, weapon types here. You then have your passives and your active ability, but the server has to constantly check if this is on. It has to check if this is on. It has to check if this is on. It has to check if this is on. Whereas they should all be on. They should all be on. They should all be on. The weapons I use should always be on. So getting rid of all these passives makes sense in PvP. It's just unnecessary. And then all they need to do is to have your class abilities, your weapon abilities. You don't really need armor unless you have, and just call it armor abilities, in all honesty, because you don't need to. Like, I don't see with the hybridization changes having it where you need to wear all light armor to get these skills. These are useful skills. Like, this is the only one that has major evasion. There's already an opportune cost if you run this, because you lose a bar slot. But having to wear 5 medium, it's just unnecessary. So, like me personally, if I was Zos and I was going to try and like get the balance between Vengeance and here, I would personally have the Vengeance base skills, and then when you morph it, so let me find one that I can morph. Oh, I've got to waste some skill points. That's annoying. For example here, yeah, so they just have like a Vengeance base on here. You have 2 options here, but these options here, they just change the skill. It might change the resource cost. It might make the skill do less damage but some healing, but it doesn't have to have a proc condition. Whereas a lot of these things have to check for things. So for example, this checks if the enemy dies. That's a calculation that's not needed. This increases the duration of the dot, so that could be useful. So there's things they could do to try and give the aspect of choice. So you can go, I've got a 5-second dot, do I make the dot more potent? I make it do more damage per second, or do I make it last longer? Or do I make it be able to hit more targets? Like, they need to figure out which way they do it. But what they need to be careful of is making it where it's just lots of little ticks, because that's clearly the problem. The more calculations there are, the more lag there is. It's that simple. And when you make it where people don't die, you get even more lag. So for me personally, I'd recommend they kind of use like the scribing system, where you have base skill, and then morph one just tweaks it one way, morph tweaks it another way, but not drastically. So then that way your like build creation comes down from a, do I want a spammable, or do I want a burst skill? Or does it come down from a, do I want a mobility skill, like, or do I want a heal? So those are the choices, and then you can then tweak them slightly. You can tweak it further with armor, and you can tweak it further with attributes and wonders. And so what ends up happening is you would have like a base stat set up. So if I really hyper focus all of my stats into damage, I would have significantly more damage than other people, but I'd be really squishy, which is what you should expect. Or I go really defensive and my damage drops drastically compared to other players, but I stay alive a lot longer. Whereas at the moment, you have the best of both. Rallying Cry, Wretched Fatality, Balog, you can just kill people. 35k health, you can't be killed in a 1v1. Look, 35k health. 20k, he's on a Nightblade though. You can see the Khajiit. So, it feels like they've got the right direction. It just needs refinement. And I would rather give us the time of the day to do that. I'll see if I can get a quick battleground. I want to show you this build quickly. It's quite fun. And I need to do my daily battleground anyway. Zoom. It is super quick, this thing. If you look at this guy here, it's 35k health. It's very fast, this build. We're going to go back and see if we can kill him. Because he's used his ult, he has. The damage on this is pretty nice. Yeah, it's good damage. If you look at this guy, probably 40k health. Look, 40,000 health. And you know he's going to hit hard. Like, anybody who is defending the current PvP system, I don't want to sound harsh, but I think they're deluded. Like, it doesn't make sense that he can run 40,000 health and kill people really, really fast still. We're just watching, like, look at his damage. He's also very fast. And so I think the new changes like fix that. People who are like make up they're really, really good end up running into the problem that actually a lot of it came down from stacking like meta sets and utilizing the stronger stuff to stay alive. Yeah, I'm on that, you come. But I don't know if you saw that. I think that salt hit me, yeah. But if you look at that salt, for example, 5k, 10k plus a spammer ball, that was like 20k. That's half my health, if not half, most of my health gone in one go. Now, granted, I'm on a glass cannon, but you know that's the point. He's got 40k health. That other guy, sorry, 35k health. That salt we went for. You know, a 35k health can, you know, have enough health and defense to survive high burst damage. Like, I'm stacking all my damage. But they can turn around in one shot, and that's how PvP is currently. So let's move around here so we can get this. Look at that, 40k health, 42,000 health there. 40,000 health. Like, and they're damage dealers. To me, it just makes no sense. Like, I remember 40,000 health. I remember 40,000 health being a tank. Like, if you had 40k health, you were on a tank build. And you're going, you have so much health, like, why is that a thing? 37k health, Necromancer. This is very fast, this build. very, very fast. BGs! This will be my last thing for tonight. I just want to show you like what this build does in BGs. It's pretty stupid. This will be coming on the channel very soon. This build is almost finished, but like it's got this speed, which is look how fast this is. It's stupidly fast, amazing sustain, and you'll see it hits really hard. Serum says it took Sauce so many years to try something new. Yeah, they needed to do something. One thing I will say, and I think it's quite interesting, is one of the people in my comments on the stream from last night they said it looks as if this is almost like ESO Classic. So like if you look at the changes in Vengeance, they were like, if you were to make like a Elder Scrolls Online Classic, like how did it feel when it first came out in combat? That campaign feels very similar to that. It's not like exactly the same, but I'm like, actually, conspiracy theory. I don't know. Oh, they got a damage one. I wanted that one. Okay. Dead. Yeah, let me put my damage buff. Dead. I like this build. This build's quite funny. Oh, he's dead. Bye-bye. What do you guys think of this sniper, by the way? Dead. Someone hit with a meteor as well. That was juicy. There's another one dead at the back. Let's get my resources back and rebuff again. He's dead. We've had 9 kills so far. He literally chained me to die. He did. That burst there, it's absolutely disgusting, isn't it? What do you guys think of this sniper build? Like, you've seen how it moves around. He's dead. Bye-bye. I hate you, build. You don't. You got away. I hate you, build. don't want you as my enemy. You're on 13 kills so far. I'm going for like more tankier players as well, just to show the damage is still there. This guy is just gonna die. Goodbye, Mr. Warden. Oh, mate, it's killed him. Where'd that sword go? Up, down. Get some resources back. He got me finally. He finally got me with the meteor. Alright, we will focus him now. Yeah, when people do that, I just focus and just like basically just focus kill them. He's dead. But yeah, what do you think of this? His name got me. I would focus you at 100. Yeah. His Nightblade friend pulled me in. So DK pulled me in, and the Nightblade got me. I reckon I would have had him otherwise. And he had like 30k health with a shield on. There he is. The leap. He keeps sitting in that group. He keeps getting some off healing. Just a little bit there from him. But yeah, the speed on this is good. I'm significantly faster than he is. Food back on.
It was never a contest. We've taken the point.
I always hate it when you hit the wrong one. Him dead. Can you show us the banner skill? Oh, that's like the secret sorcerers. It gives me like 900 weapon damage. It's really stupid, and it's not. I've not finished it either. Dead. that Sork must be well pissed. I really want the damage buff. I don't know if you've seen the one where you get the bonus damage. That's really nice, that is. So that person did. So we had 19 kills. And bear in mind, I spent half the match in the end just messing around killing that Sork. But yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, as fast as you are, as more damage, you have max 450 damage. See, the thing is, it's 450 damage base, but when you add on brutality, that boosts it further. So I'll show you. I need to get the right script though. So at the moment I've got it already. So I'll turn the banner off here. So 4-2 thing there, 4,600, yeah. So all I'm gonna do this time, just do exactly the same, and just pop out 5,200. So that's already adding 600 damage already. I'm missing a script. I'm missing the script that gives it courage, which is another 250 damage roughly, which then makes up to like 900. That was 60k there. So this, for how quick this is and how fast it is, it does a lot of damage considering. And if I look at the combat metrics for the last couple matches, damage caused. So 9,500 there, 5,500 there, tarnished 5k, so that's 10, 19,000 plus light attack, 22,000 plus saundered 24,000, and then I've got a glyph of 1,500, so 25,000 damage. So yeah, it does about 25,000 damage with just literally the combo, and I'll show you it. I'll find something to kill quick. Let's try down here. Yeah, so literally I buff up like this, and I just literally go cloak, and then I go arrow, then light attack with skill, and that's it. And that's like 25,000 damage to a player. And then if they're a bit tanky, if they have say 30,000 health, all you do is you just do snipe, light attack, sunder and soul. It's like ridiculously good. Micro Bibia, I think it's pronounced, says, what do I think about the 4-piece New Moon Acolyte set Tarnish and Darlog and Opusal on a Stamina Nightblade right now? Is what that have there is very similar to what I'm currently using. I'm assuming you mean Balorg, by the way. With my advice is 4-piece New Moon is not great. You're better running 2 pieces, 2 5-pieces, a mythic item which is Oaken Soul, and then 1 monster piece. So rather than having the full monster set and a 4-piece, because on a Nightblade, unless you're using in-cap with like 500 ult, you're probably going to get more consistent damage having a full 5-piece damage set. As for like this, yeah, and this will give you some idea of like just decent numbers. I have on the melee bar 5,600. And this is a purple weapon. With a gold weapon, so just a gold bows do slightly less damage by the way, it's 5,600 still. with the other script is about 6,000 damage. And then it's got 12,000 penetration. I then have Major Breach, which is 6,000. Minor Breach, because it's Sundered, which is another 3,000. So 9,000 penetration. So I actually have 21,000 penetration. Plus, as a Nightblade, on top of this, we also get the Master Assassin, which is another 3,000. So we actually end up having 25,000 penetration with like 6k weapon damage, which means we hit really, really hard. And we move stupidly fast. So my advice would be that don't worry about using a 4-piece. You're better sticking with 2 5-pieces. That was glorious. That was absolutely glorious. But yeah, I'm gonna go and like just wrap it up here because it's late. This build will be coming to the channel, and I will explain obviously like how it works, everything you need to know. It will go into early access first, so if you are a YouTube member or a Patreon member, you'll see it first, and I'll probably aim for it to be released on Friday for the public. Beyond that though, I'm going to kind of call the video here. I will probably stream again tomorrow doing a different class, maybe Sorcerer or Warden, over on the Vengeance campaign. But I'm just going to say a massive thank you to everybody who's watched, commented, and joined in the chat. It really helps, and more importantly to all the people that have subscribed. If you want to support myself, there's details down below. But as always, I'm going to say thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and bye.